If someone made you feel confused, hopeful, disappointed, and ignored all in the same week, stay with me, because this message is going to help you understand something that people almost never explain clearly: why they couldn't show up for you. And I promise by the time we're done, this is going to make sense in a way it never has before. Let's start with something simple and honest. When someone doesn't show up for you, your brain jumps straight to self-blame. Was I not enough? Did I expect too much? Did I read everything wrong? Did I scare them off? You know how it goes. You start analyzing yourself like you're solving a crime scene. But the truth is usually so much simpler and so much less about you. Some people just don't have the emotional capacity to show up the way a real relationship requires. It's not about how good you are. It's not about how loving, kind, patient, or thoughtful you were. It's not even about what you did or didn't do. For a lot of people, emotional consistency is like lifting weights they were never trained to lift. Their muscles just aren't built for it. And if you're here right now thinking, but they cared, I'm sure they cared. You're probably right. They probably did care. Caring isn't the issue. Capacity is. There's a huge difference between someone caring about you and someone being capable of showing up for you. Let's talk about capacity. Some people were raised in environments where feelings weren't safe. Some grew up without real emotional support. Some were taught to be strong, but never taught how to be vulnerable. Some learned early on that shutting down, withdrawing, or staying distant was the only way to protect themselves. So when they become adults, they struggle. Not because they're bad people, but because closeness activates old survival patterns they don't even realize they're repeating. You could have been perfect, truly perfect, but they still would have struggled, because you can't outlove someone's fear. You can't outgive someone's emotional limitations. You can stand in front of them offering the safest, warmest, most genuine connection, and they'll still back away if their heart wasn't taught how to handle closeness. And I want you to hear this next part with real gentleness. Someone else's inability to show up does not mean you're asking for too much. You're asking for the basics, the foundations, the things real relationships are built on: consistency, honesty, effort, clarity. Those aren't high standards. Those are the minimums. You weren't asking for a private jet or a handwritten poem under the moonlight. You were asking for presence, for stability, for mutual care. If they couldn't offer that, it's because they didn't have access to that part of themselves. And listen, if this is already speaking to you, take a second and hit like and follow so you don't lose this. Your heart needs reminders, especially on the days when your mind starts doubting the truth. Now, let's go a little deeper. One of the reasons people fail to show up is because showing up requires vulnerability. It requires being seen. It requires being honest, even when honesty is uncomfortable. It requires consistency, even when the relationship hits difficult moments. And for people who struggle emotionally, consistency feels like a trap. Vulnerability feels like danger. Commitment feels like pressure. So instead of stepping forward, they retreat, not because they didn't feel something, but because they didn't know how to handle what they felt. Think of it like this. Imagine someone trying to run a marathon without ever training. Their heart starts pounding, their legs feel heavy, they panic, and instead of pacing themselves, they quit halfway through the first mile and convince themselves running just isn't for them. That's what emotional avoidance is. They didn't fail because you did something wrong. They failed because they weren't prepared for the emotional marathon a relationship requires. There's another reason they didn't show up: responsibility. Showing up means taking responsibility for your role in the relationship. It means saying, yes, I care. Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm willing to be accountable. And some people simply don't have the maturity or emotional grounding to do that. Instead, they choose the easier path: distance, excuses, silence, distraction, shutting down. It's not admirable and it's not healthy, but it's the only thing they know how to do. And let's be honest for a moment. When someone is inconsistent, warm one day, gone the next, it's not because they're complex. It's because they're conflicted. They want closeness, but they fear it. They want connection, but they don't know how to sustain it. They want you, but they don't know how to show up in a way that makes you feel wanted. So they stay half in, half out, hoping the relationship will somehow work out while giving the bare minimum. But that isn't love, that's survival. The problem is that this kind of behavior trains your heart to doubt itself. You start thinking their inconsistency means you're not lovable enough. But inconsistency is not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their instability. Let me say that again because this is the whole point. Inconsistency in someone else does not reflect inadequacy in you. It reflects emotional instability in them. People with real emotional depth don't disappear when things matter. People with real maturity don't play hide and seek with your heart. People with real capacity don't make you question your place. When someone has the emotional muscle for a real relationship, you feel safe around them. Their effort is steady. Their presence is predictable. Their love is calm. You don't have to decode anything. And if someone made you feel like you constantly had to guess where you stood, that alone tells you they didn't have the capacity to stand with you. Let me give you a bit of light humor because this is getting deep. When someone keeps coming close and then backing away, I want to say, listen, are you emotionally unavailable or are you just doing the cha-cha? Because the steps are very similar. Sometimes humor helps us see what we've been dealing with. A dance of almost connection, a rhythm of mixed signals, a choreography of come here, no wait, never mind. But here's the beautiful news. Their inconsistency is not your destiny. Their emotional limits are not your limits. You are capable of real connection. I know that because you wouldn't be watching this if you weren't. Your heart wants clarity. Your heart wants honesty. Your heart wants a relationship where both people show up equally. And that kind of relationship is absolutely available to you. Just not with someone who can't show up for themselves, let alone for you. Before we close, I want you to hear this. You're not healing from the one that got away. You're healing from the one that wasn't able. There's a big difference. They weren't the right person, not because they didn't care, but because they didn't have the emotional capacity to give you the love you deserved. And if you want support through this, real support, one-on-one, you can book a private session with me. If you want someone to guide you through your healing, someone who gets it, someone who can help you see your worth clearly again, you can book a session anytime through my website. You deserve love that shows up. You deserve stability. You deserve clarity. And you deserve someone who has the capacity to meet you where your heart already knows how to go. I'm proud of you, and I'm here with you every step of the way.